Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the evening that you do not want to miss. Let's find out who are this evening's laureates. Okay, I knew I would get your attention. There's going to be some special people who will be called out. And I'm happy to tell you that we'll start off this evening with the nominees and the award for the best med tech product. So let me invite Professor Cato Laurencin up to the stage to give out our first award for the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cato T. Laurencin, member of the Prix Galien USA Committee.
Well, good evening. It's a pleasure to be here again to present an award. Now, these awards really hearken me to think of a number of things. The excellence and the passion of the scientists who've explored new paradigms to bring therapies to patients, and the industries which are really at the leading edge of innovation in the world. But most of all, when I think about the Prix Galien Awards, it gives me pause to celebrate what I call the heroes and the superheroes among us. The heroes are the patients that we have the privilege to serve. Many battle every day, mostly quietly, against illness and sickness that can be quite severe and debilitating. They are mothers, they are fathers, brothers, sisters, friends, and colleagues. To me, our patients are the real heroes, taking on life's problems every day. Our patients are heroes. So who are the superheroes? Who are the superheroes? And I want to tell you a brief story. So last week, I was at a National Academy of Medicine workshop in Washington, focusing on our new field of regenerative engineering. And the workshop actually focused on sources of variability of clinical results in new regenerative therapies. And all the talks were excellent, they were great, but I was really struck by one of the presentations that took place at the time. Dr. Clive Swenson is a distinguished professor at Cedars-Sinai Hospital, and he presented exciting clinical work using stem cells for the treatment of ALS. Now, for those that are unfamiliar, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis is also called Lou Gehrig's disease, and it causes the death of motor neurons that control voluntary movement. The weakness takes place all over, but it's the weakness of the diaphragm that makes it difficult for patients to breathe, and eventually the patients succumb to that. Dr. Svenson's clinical trial involves placing a few stem cells surgically in the lower spine, the lumbar region, to improve lower limb motion. And he and his team have a number of individuals with ALS who have already enrolled. The striking thing is that they have enrolled knowing that the clinical trial will not help their longevity. Stem cells placed in the lower spine. They will succumb to respiratory failure and die. They have actually all agreed to have their bodies autopsied after they pass to help scientists learn more about how stem cells can regenerate nerve tissue. They're part of the trial, but they're really there to help others with the disease in the years to come and the generations to come. So I submit to you that these individuals and other individuals that are volunteering for clinical trials are really the superheroes. And while we celebrate the technology, thank you. And yes, it's great that we're celebrating ourselves tonight, but I think it's really important that tonight, and indeed every night, that we don't forget this. Thanks. Well, it's an honor for me to be able to present the nominees for the Best Medical Technology Product, and why don't we discover who they are.
Best Medical Technology Product. Abbott, Freestyle Libre Flash Glucose Monitoring System. a continuous glucose monitoring device indicated for the management of diabetes. Boston Scientific Corporation, AxioStent and electrocautery enhanced delivery system to facilitate transgastric or transduodenal endoscopic drainage of symptomatic pancreatic pseudocysts. Boston Scientific Corporation, Spyglass DS direct visualization system, diagnostic and therapeutic applications during endoscopic procedures in the pancreaticobiliary system. Boston Scientific Corporation, Watchman left atrial appendage closure device. Stroke risk reduction for non-valvular atrial fibrillation patients. BrainScope Company Incorporated, BrainScope 1, Brain Injury Assessment Aid. Foundation Medicine Incorporated, Foundation 1 CDX, companion diagnostic to identify cancer patients who may benefit from treatment with the targeted therapies. Integra Life Sciences Corporation, Omnigraft Dermal Regeneration Matrix, treatment of partial and full thickness neuropathic diabetic foot ulcers. Koning Corporation, Koning Breast CT, a cone beam computed tomography system used for the diagnosis of breast cancer. Medtronic, implantable system for Remodulin. Patients with class 1, 2, and 3 pulmonary arterial hypertension receiving intravenous delivery of Remodulin. Otsuka Pharmaceuticals development and commercialization, and Proteus, Abilify MySite, treatment of adults with schizophrenia, treatment of bipolar disorder,